Right. Welcome, everybody, uh, to our Peace Evolution live stream. We have some very, very exciting news, and that is that we now have membership available on our channel. And let me just get that up to show you. You'll see a little join button next to our logo there, which you can hit, and then it will bring up all kinds of levels of membership that you can have a look at. So we've called it the First Choice Live membership, and this mainly evolves around a central question of what the meaning of your life is. So today we are going to talk about the purpose of the membership, and then also what that includes. Okay. Right. And then just quickly, if you guys want to support Peace Evolution and our channel, then we would love for you to contribute. We are a startup organization, and we are working on getting our unique recipe out there to evolve inner peace for humanity. Right, so I'm going to introduce you now to quickly to Emmanuel and Tanya. Emmanuel is going to set the scene for us on our membership and how this is going to work. And then as an added benefit that we've included in the membership perks, we've added a fast track, a healthy lifestyle. And we'll be looking at reasons why we lose weight and why we even bothered to get a healthy body. So Tanya is a fitness coach, and she's going to provide us some guidance in movement, healthy eating, fasting, autophagy, and basically all things health related. Okay, let me bring them on board. We've got Emmanuel, a warm welcome to you, and we've got Tanya that will answer some questions for us later in our live stream. Welcome, guys. Just say a quick hello.
Hello.
Hello, Linda. Hello, Tanya. It's
Hello.
fun to be here today with you.
Okay, perfect. Right, so with that, let's kick off our presentation. I'm going to hand over to you, Emmanuel. And I'm going to share. Do you want me to share the presentation? You first want to set the scene.
Linda, in a moment, as I'm
Okay.
going through the next points, yes, please share the presentation.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Linda. So the topic today is, what is the meaning of your life? And if we take that a little bit further, we say, are you yearning for a different life? Now, all of this comes from my own life, which started at a young age where I had questions about the meaning of my life. I was not comfortable or happy at all about living a life where going to work to earn a living was what it was about. What the answers to that question was, I had no idea, absolutely no idea. Later on, as I journeyed to answer that question, I got another question. which is I'm yearning for a different life, and I'm now asking you also, are you yearning for a different life? That was soon followed by, do you feel something is missing? And these are things that I felt, and I was journeying all over the place, taking part in, you name it, I probably did it. And I was not able to answer those questions. One thing helped me, and that was I wasn't interested in finding a solution that was based on a symptom. I eventually coined the phrase where I said, please don't teach this dog new tricks. I wanted to have a life that was meaningful to me. Of course, that was not the original idea. I just wanted to understand, why would I want to live the way I saw people living, the way I was brought up, etc. And fortunately, because I'm someone who finds root causes, I was then able to dig and fast track my life to eventually find the root cause of why the question, what is missing, what is the meaning, which then went to the yearning for a different life, which then went to, do you feel something is missing? And during the time when I had those breakthroughs to get the answers to those questions, I was probably, I'm guessing, 20 pounds or 10 kgs overweight. I was a smoker, I was a drinker. I remember vividly, if I climbed a flight of stairs or 2 flights, I was actually out of breath. And I had a yearning at that time to just be outdoors more. In my conventional job, I was indoors a lot. Mostly, I wasn't much of an outdoor person. I eventually then started doing some outdoor activities, and one thing led to another. And I like to speak like this. And then one morning when I woke up, I saw, oh, but wait, I can climb 5 flights of stairs and I'm okay. So as part of what we are presenting here today is then this point, are you living a healthy lifestyle? Now, there are some sayings or anecdotes or metaphors about a healthy mind hosts a healthy body, and some people say it the other way around. But I would like to profess that in us not really living a life of meaning and living to be active and busy all the time and taking part in very many things, we do neglect our body. And now, how do we repair our body? We are now finding the meaning and we are living the meaning, but our body is not healthy. So the healthy lifestyle is part and parcel of what we are bringing here. And Tanya, I would like you to just come back into the studio just so that I could introduce you from more or less the things that you are going to be doing here with us. So there is Tanya. And Linda, please put up the titles. Please put up the titles. So I'm Emmanuel, and I'm the founder, and Tanya is Tanya, and she has got this title that she is going to stand up to. There we are, there's Tanya, that fitness coach. So Tanya is going to get very involved with us from life, a healthy lifestyle point of view, and even for us to take part in some exercises that she is going to give us as follow along exercises. We're going to get into all of that, but that's just at a high level. So between Tanya and I, we'll be doing a lot of the questions a little bit later when we get into questions. Either I would answer, or if I'm stuck, Tanya would answer, or maybe we both answer a little bit. So that is setting the scene of today's live stream. And if you like it, please subscribe, please comment. And while it is a live stream, it would be fantastic if you call out on the super chats. And of course, we are going to then formally say hi to whoever, and we would like you to partake so that we have an idea if what we are doing is something that you are interested in or not. Okay, Tanya, so thank you for coming here just to say hi now with me in the studio. Linda, and that is where I want to get to. Oh, wait, no. I want to take it a step further. And that is, how do you fast track addressing these questions? So the questions that I asked a few minutes ago was yearning for a different life, looking for meaning, something feels missing, and now a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. How do we fast track addressing those questions? And is it even possible? So let's look at this. Is it even possible to fast track it? And then the other one is, if so, how is this possible? So we want to today answer those questions. Is it possible? Why is it possible? So I'd just like to emphasize a small point, and that is, if I was someone who treated symptoms, I would then, and I'm just giving an example, and I'm not saying you should not be doing this, but I would then maybe follow some path where I'm just taught new tricks. But the principle of what I'm searching for is not really addressed. I give an example. Let us say I'm bored stiff. Now I could say, oh, wait, let me take up this sport. And then I take up that sport. Oh, let me buy this car. Oh, wait, maybe it's a time for me to change my partner or change my job or anything. So the long and the short of the story is, I could be participating in so many things that would last so long, but eventually that's going to wear off because that is not addressing the root cause. So while we are treating the symptom, that feeling of something is missing, that yearning for a different life would come back from time to time. Now, if I was somebody who was going to be happy with treating symptoms, I could still have been trying to perfect wanting to play squash, because if I was a fantastic squash player, I could go into the national leagues or the international or whatever the case might be. But fortunately, I realized just learning squash is not taking me anywhere. I wanted to find at the bottom the root cause. Now, why we use the term, where is that? Why we use the term of fast tracking is here at Peace Evolution, we are going to guide you not to go with treating symptoms. We are going to guide you, and we guide you, and our whole organization is set up about addressing the root cause, which means you don't have to now go and play squash for 15 years to perfect it, or whatever the sport is, or whatever sewing that you want to take up. It doesn't matter what you want to take up. You can still do that. I could still go and play squash, but that is not to think I'm going to get my boredom away. The idea is that we find the root cause, and here we are going to fast track because we are going to assist you to find the root cause. Then you can still do the squash, then you can still do the sewing, then you can still do whatever you want to do. But let's find the root cause of why something feels missing. Okay. So I went to fast tracking. We even said, is this even possible? I then said, oh, how is this possible? So I gave a little overview, and now we are going to go into a presentation where I'm going to, between Tanya and myself, we are going to cover 6 topics. Six topics. And in those 6, we are going to give a breakdown so that you see what you are in for if you are contemplating this living a life of meaning. And I just want to reiterate, this is, as you see there below the logo, I think it's here, below the logo, there is what we call the membership level 1. So we are today presenting the level 1 membership. And we've got a level 2, which is going to come some other time. We've got a level 3, which we also would be doing some other time. And we've got a level 4, but this here now is level 1. Right. So before we go into the full-on presentation, Linda, I think this is the longest I've ever taken to set the scene. So are there any questions or comments or doubts or anything that anybody wants to say about this topic today?
Emmanuel, I think it's also worth mentioning that when we say fast tracked, we also have to look at the thousands and thousands of dollars that we spend on going to see psychologists or spending on gym membership and things like that, where we merely just treating the symptom. And that is ultimately what makes our offering here quite unique, because we really want to address the root cause of that. And by doing that, we save you a lot of money and a lot of heartache and a lot of disappointment, to get to that place.
Yes, Linda, thank you. That is a valid point. So part of the fast tracking is saving time, of course, and what you now added was saving money as well. I just see dollar signs.
Okay, great. So shall I share the presentation, Emmanuel, or is there anything else?
Let's hear if either Tanya or Pierre has anything else to ask or say or add. Okay,
They
Tanya
both
says
should.
no, thank you. Pierre says no, thank you. Okay, Linda, let's jump in.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Thank you,
So,
Linda.
Emmanuel, if
Yes.
you want me to just share the overview of the 5 points that you would like to discuss with the audience. then just let me know if I should get those up.
Yes, Linde. So let me just summarize what I've been speaking about now is the very top question there, and then the three questions below it in blue and white, and then on the side, the purple three questions, and the last one, is this even possible? So Linda, yes, please just open the first one of those 6 focus points that we are going to be talking about. Okay, and if it is not so clear, don't um, don't be concerned about that. It's very small to show all of that on the screen. So Linda, maybe if you just zoom in on each one of the 6 focus points just for now, and then we just move through the 6. Okay, we say there, first choice life, membership level 1, and of course this membership is on YouTube. And then based on his journey, Emmanuel, so this is me, I wrote the book Life Can Be Different Conception. And then it says there more about the journey covered in the book, and then all the different things of note in the book. There are very many chapters in the book, but we summarize it at a high level. Then I touched on why live a healthy life, as that FCS is our abbreviation of first choice life. And then also more about living a healthy lifestyle. And in those 2 focus points about the lifestyle, Tanya is probably going to add some further information. Thank you, Linda. So let us start now with the very first focus point. And you see there, we say, what is the purpose of this membership? We touched on it now. We spoke a little bit more about what it is, but at a high level, let's drill in again. And here we are. Linda also mentioned this. It provides a first-hand account of addressing the above questions, those ones above the 6 focus points. We take it a step further where we say it also includes the book, Life Can Be Different Conception. So the book Life Can Be Different Conception is not a handbook, it's not a manual, it's a journey that where I wrote almost like a journal, like a diary, and from there I then shared different sections to elaborate on my journey and to give some first-hand experiences as well. So, so it includes the book Life Can Be Different Conception. It also includes living a healthy lifestyle. I also touched on that a little bit earlier. And then a further thing is now this is where this membership is going to add lots of value. It focuses, this membership level 1 focuses on providing guidance to the first choice life. So you have no idea what the first choice life is, you have no idea what the second choice life is. We start from that stance. Now, as we proceed in this membership, through, you're going to see momentarily as the live stream proceeds, you are going to see where we cover, what what is the content. But the idea is that we give you an opportunity to say in a live stream, oh, wait, but I don't understand this chapter in the book. This is too tricky to understand. Or I would like to apply this to myself, but I can't figure out exactly how this works. Now, please remember, we profess here at Peace Evolution that we are addressing the root cause. So you are going to hear things and read things in that book that you are, I'm fairly certain you have never, ever, ever heard before. Now, because of this, you might have a question. So let me just give an example. We say here at Peace Evolution, to be yourself, you need nothing first. Now people say, oh, but I need money. Oh, but I need this. Oh, but I need that. I'm saying to be myself, to be true to myself, to be me, I need absolutely nothing else first. Now, that is a concept or an idea or some words that you might or might not understand. And of course, the book has got many of those. And you are going to say, help me understand this. And this is what this membership is about. In our Q&As, we are going to talk about certain things. And we are going to help clarify the understanding and the facilitating of certain things that are spoken about in the book, which were things I uncovered on my journey by looking at the root cause. Okay, so that is about the guidance. Then we take it a step further and we say the membership includes fortnightly, in other words, every 2 weeks, Q&A live stream sessions about the ebook and also about living a healthy lifestyle. So, and it is in those live streams where you could come and ask your questions. Once you have signed up for the membership, you would be notified. This would be private because you might want to share first-hand confidential information, and we treat this with utmost confidentiality. So people in that membership, level 1, would of course be part of the live stream, and you would then be able to participate there, but that live stream is a private live stream only for the members. So that we are going to do every second week, and where we discuss the ebook and also living a healthy lifestyle. So let us say that we prepare a video of a certain exercise. I don't know what all the exercises are, but let's say exercise X, Y, Z, and you are wanting to do it, and you don't know how to do it, or you do it, but then you feel muscle strain afterwards, and you have a question that you want to ask about that, and so on. And that's where we would then also in that live stream answer those questions. And Linda already mentioned this. On joining the membership level, you immediately qualify for downloading the ebook. So the ebook is there and you would be able to download it. The use of private videos. So there would be videos uploaded in the membership to show you follow certain videos about this exercise, about that exercise. You would also be able to watch all the previous videos and also be able to watch new ones and even attend. The other significant thing about this is throughout the book, throughout the membership level 1, you pace yourself and you take part as it suits you. Nobody's going to tell you, you must do this, you must do it before so and so. We feel that as you grasp your first choice self-understanding, as you immerse yourself in it, you would see certain things and you would understand, and then you would want to also pace yourself. You might not have enough time, or you might have as much time as what is needed, and consequent to that, we also say your obligation is to yourself without any expectation. Let me just warn and give a caution. You would, of course, put expectation on yourself. Oh, I must be finished with this by then. Oh, I must be finished with this by then. And that is really not necessary. If you follow the beat of your heart, slowly, 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 you would get to a point where you would participate as it works for you. So that is the purpose of the this level 1 of the membership. But I feel, Linda, we lost one particular thing. Let me just check. I want to just check my notes. I'm 100% convinced that we missed one particular point. That's terrible.
Emmanuel, apologies. I disconnected there for a moment.
Okay. So, Linda, there's a significant point missing as what you qualify for in what we've discovered up to now, discussed up to now. I know it's going to come later, so let me just touch on it.
Okay.
So, in this level 1 of the membership, you would be contacted by Tanya, and she would give you an introductory session all on your own to cover how the class works, and that you are able to join an actual class with her and other people in the class, where she's now for 30 minutes. Tanya, and I'm going to come to you in a moment to just ask you if all the things I'm saying is accurate or not. So you are going to also qualify as part of this for the 30-minute live online lesson with Tanya, where she's going to show you exactly how to do that exercise, how to do the warm up, how long each thing is. And of course, that is part and parcel of this membership level 1. I don't know how we missed it, but we missed it as part of what is included. Tanya, would you like to join, or did I cover it well enough? Your live classes, I'd like you to, if you want to, just elaborate a little bit if I didn't cover it correctly. Over to you,
Okay.
Tanya.
Okay. Thank you, Emmanuel. So once you've subscribed and you're a member, I'll get in contact so that before you start any of my classes, I can go through how the format works, just so that you're not all over the show when you're starting, so that you've got it, and also to meet me, and I'd like to meet you as well before we start. So we'll do a quick meet and greet, as I call it, and then I'll give you the rundown of how the classes work. After that, you'll join my online classes. They're live via Zoom. They are 30 minutes in time. It's a fitness class. We do a warm-up, we do the whole workout, and then a little bit of a stretch at the end. Many people would think, 30 minutes, Is that enough? Yes, it's more than enough. I'll make sure you work in that time. And then, yes, if you're not able to join the live online classes, I am providing YouTube videos for a follow along exercise class, which will also be 30 minutes. That's about it.
Tanya, thank you very, very much for that intro. And let me just say, I have watched some of that. I don't think I would last the 30 minutes. I would have to maybe the first time last 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, and build up my energy and my stamina to eventually do the 30 minutes. Linda, would you like to, having been a trainee with Tanya, do you want to maybe just, I see you on mute, would you like to maybe just give your 2 cents of Tanya, the head fitness coach? I think you have first-hand experience.
Yes, 3 minutes is more than enough. It is amazing how quickly you'll feel the burn. But yes, it's I think it is such a great thing also for people that's on the go, got to get to work, and you set aside 30 minutes of your day, which has such a actually quite explosive impact on your day because it energizes you and it gets you ready for the day. And yeah, it's absolutely lovely. I think it is perfect. And I can tell you, you will feel muscles that you didn't think you have. So that's really awesome.
Thank you, Linda. Emmanuel, I'm just going to add on what you said, that you don't think you'll last 5 minutes. So obviously, I don't expect you to last 30 minutes if you're a beginner. Everybody works at their own pace, because obviously there's fit people and then there's not so fit people. And you just go at your own pace. You rest a little bit more if you need to, but it doesn't take so long, and you'll get the hang of it, and you'll actually be able to finish the whole 30-minute class. But yes, no drill sergeant over here, just a little bit maybe, but work at your own pace. And I also offer a lot of alternatives, because obviously you've got younger people, older people. I train everybody, and we work within your abilities.
Okay, thank you, Linda, and thank you, Tanya. But Tanya, I've got a little bit more that I would like to ask you.
Sure.
And that is, I think our viewers might have 2 concerns. The one concern is the different time zones. So, of course, we would start, we have a particular time zone, and as we, from a startup, develop and grow to more and more time zones, I'm guessing, Tanya, that you would put together a team and train a team from people across the world so that we could offer this eventually in different time zones. Is that a possibility?
Yes, it's something we can look at.
Okay, so that's one thing. And let us say that you want to do the class, but you don't really want to put aside 30 minutes at a particular date and time for a particular time zone. That's why we also have the follow along videos. So you could take the follow along video and then you could do that exercise. There would be several follow along videos. And of course, that's where the Q&A would then also come in, where you can say to Tanya in the Q&A live stream, Tanya, I did this video. Please, I need you just to help me a little bit here or there. And you are going to realize after a while that although this is growing into an international offering, that you would have the personal touch, either from Tanya directly or from her team as we provide the services into different time zones, etc. So I think we covered this, Tanya, or maybe you have a last minute point, or Pierre, maybe you have a question or anything from your side. Okay, Tanya says no. Pierre, I think also says no. Okay, then thank you very much. And Linda, thank you for adding that particular point there. One live online course with follow along videos. That's also what you qualify for immediately. So I'd like the viewers just to stand back a little bit and say what you're finding here with Peace Evolution is really based on our collective offering and understanding that as you transition to your first choice self, you might have a body that is now not healthy. And of course, we also provide you then with a component to bring your body into shape. But it's not only about exercise. There are more topics when we get to that part of this presentation. I'll be covering other things that we are also going to do, not only movement or exercise. Okay, is there anything else, or shall we now hot trot to the next points? Linda, I think let's hot trot. And just for the viewers, when you look at this video after the live stream and you want to comment, please feel free to comment. Like and subscribe if you feel it's worth to like and subscribe. Comment, and please also give us comments of where you say, no, this is not going to work, or whatever you want to ask us. We are going to look at the comments and cover those in future videos. And of course, as you see there, please comment, like and subscribe, and ring the bell so that you would be notified when a new video is available. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, based on my journey, Emmanuel, this is me now, Life Can Be Different Conception. I wrote this book, Life Can Be Different Conception. And why did I write this book? It's a testimony of what he uncovered, what I uncovered. I'm going to now start talking as I uncovered along the way. It is also my trials and tribulations. It was not an easy thing to undertake. I went down various paths along the way. I even learned how to hypnotize. Along the way, I did kinesiology. Along the way, I did body-mind treatment. I don't think I'm ever going to forget that. The trainer was quite a bit bigger than me, and we're going to cover this a little bit later, but from our energy not flowing due to certain things that I uncovered along the journey. Let's say now I have cramps, or my arm is hurting, or my shoulder is hurting, or a leg, or my back, anything is hurting. And what her particular therapy was, that she would tease, I'm going to use this word very loosely, she would tease the muscle to get it out of the pattern of holding on in a certain way. So I really don't know, but let's say this muscle here should be nice and flexible, and let's say this muscle is now tight. With the years and years of the particular pattern that is going on in my mind, then her therapy was to tease the muscle with her elbow, with her knee, with so many ways to get this muscle to break the pattern that is molded in it now. And of course, you can see that if I didn't fix the root cause, once she has now loosened this muscle, it's going to start tightening up again. So better, and we all know about back pain, either in the shoulders, in the neck, at the pelvic area, in the middle of the back, all over the show. Now we could go to an osteopath, we could go for massaging, we could go to that particular trainer that I went to, and it's just going to come back a little bit later. So not a little bit later, it could take a year or two. There are even some people that have back surgery because your spine, different vertebra fuse together. Now they give you an operation where they stretch it a bit and put some spikes into it. You are able to, through your mind, get the energy flowing right again as you transition to your first choice self, where you could get all your muscles to work loosely and not be taut all the time. Okay, so based on the book Life Can Be Different, I also write about those things. What makes this book unique is it addresses the root cause. By addressing the root cause, and I've given several examples now, I'm not saying that if your body is tight, don't go for a massage. I'm not saying that, but the pattern that creates the body tightening up, you could address. So while it is tight, please go for a massage. Please go to an osteopath. Please go to whoever you need to go for whichever ailment you've got, but also address it in your first choice self to let your body energy flow and not have blockages. So that's part of what the book is about. It addresses that. Okay, so what I also write about in the book is the fact that I uncovered a figment of my imagination. I'm going to elaborate a little bit later on where the book talks about certain phrases that I coined when I was writing the book. But the idea, the principle that I'm talking about now is I had a belief about myself, but that belief is not factual. That belief is a figment of my imagination. So you are going to also see about that figment of our imagination that causes us to live a certain way. You're also going to realize now that Emmanuel's saying, and what we say here at Peace Evolution, if this discovery that I made about my own life is factual for me, I'm now saying if there's a 1% chance, just a 1% chance, that what I found is also the case for you. For that reason, let's share our message and just maybe you get the benefit that I got while I was working through my life. So there's much be a 1% chance that it also applies to you. And if it does, then here is a book that is going to assist you. And with our Q&A, we are going to help you when you get stuck. Now let's take it a step further. I mentioned a little bit earlier, but I'm mentioning it again. In this book, it reflects things that there's a high probability that you've never ever heard this before. So in Life Can Be Different, so I'm saying there, life can be different. Conception is the seed. We are talking a little bit more about it later on, but that is how I came to the title. And in that book, you are going to be you are going to see information that is a good chance you've never heard of it before. Now, life can be different. Conception is also about planting the seed of recognizing, I'm going to take this slowly, how you hide yourself in your subconscious. So let's say that again. Linda, yeah, there we are. Thank you. So this conception, I viewed it like here is a seed. The book is going to be planting that seed in your understanding of how you hide yourself perpetually every single day with your behavior. You hide yourself in your subconscious. So you are there, the Emmanuel was always there, but he was hidden in my subconscious. And this book is going to show you slowly, methodically, how that actually happens. And I mentioned it just a few sentences ago, how life can be different. Conception is going to show you about a figment of your imagination, which you think is factual, and it's not. The beauty of it, it is not. Okay, so that's the section, high level of the book. I'm going to hand it back to you, Linda. Anything from your side?
No, nothing at this stage, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I'm just going to ask you to perhaps try and just move a little bit quicker, because we are nearly on the hour. And let's continue.
Thank you, Linda. I'm really on a roll here, but yes, let me move faster. Thank you for that. So more about the journey covered in Life Can Be Different conception. I mentioned this already. I traversed and uncovered things I didn't know existed. I didn't know I was living my life based on a figment of my imagination. That's just one small thing, but there are many other things like that. Furthermore, I mentioned earlier on about addressing the root cause and treating symptoms. Of course, I was, even though I did the hypnosis, I saw, wait, that is not what I'm after. I needed to find the bottom. I needed to find and address it right at the root cause as to why I had certain behavior. And I would like to also just mention, so let us assume now I went down this path and I saw, fortunately, quick enough that I am getting nowhere, so I could easily dial back. But let me explain one thing. For a long period, I reskilled. I was just in a particular role. I reskilled myself. And when I did the aptitude test, I realized, oh my goodness me, but this aptitude test matches my mind almost equally. And I thought, oh, this was what I was looking for. I was just in the wrong type of job. That took me 10 plus 5, 15 years to pursue that, to realize, no, 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 no. I was just in the euphoria of what this new job, what this new role did. But after the 15 years, roughly, I realized, whoa, 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 that yearning for a different life, that something feels missing, that what is the meaning of my life was just back in full-blown reality. So here, because of what we do and our experience, we are also going to assist you where you say, but look, this job does it all for me. This business that I've created does it all for me. Then I need to ask, well, why does this topic then interest you? Just as a matter of interest. Okay, so there we also see the root cause of the questions are addressed in the book. Saving you time and money, which we covered earlier. I also realized the importance of a healthy lifestyle, which I covered earlier as part of the setting the scene. Okay, so this one I'd like to stop and talk about for a little bit. Not too much, but let me just touch on this. I also discovered the human spirit. And its desire to heal humanity. Please look at it like this. Let's say I'm a baseball player or a baseball fan or American football, or in South Africa where we stay, we have rugby, and then there's also the cricket. Now, because of how big that is, it has a life and a spirit of its own. The same applies to tennis, the same applies to motor racing. There is the spirit within which a soccer player or spectator lives, or a baseball player. So there's the spirit of that thing, the particular point that I'm mentioning now, be it rugby, soccer, cricket, American football. It doesn't matter what we are talking about, the Olympics, it doesn't matter. But if we move that aside just for a moment, humanity also in itself has a spirit in which it lives. And on my journey, I also uncovered that phenomena, and we are going to elaborate on that also. But in my discovery and uncovering of that phenomena, I realized something very interesting, and that is humanity has a natural desire to heal itself. Let me take my body, let me say I cut myself or I break my arm, it's going to heal. As part of nature, this is just wanting to heal. My arm would like to heal, the cut that I have, or I broke my arm, it's going to heal. And our modern way of living, the doctors have also found that if I broke my arm and I let it heal, it might heal skew. So today the doctor would step in and then break the arm in such a way so that it could be set straight. So as it heals, it would also be straightened. Now, the human spirit per se is wanting to heal. That's why we have the feeling that something feels missing. That's why we have the questioning of what is the meaning of my life. That is why we yearn for a different life. We want to, unbeknown to us consciously, we want to heal. I want to move off that point now, seeing as Linda, the timekeeper, is saying, Emmanuel, move a little bit faster. So this membership enables first-hand understanding of the book during the Q&A sessions. So you could come with anything. Let me give an example. Let me give an example, a crazy example. You might get to a point where you say, I want to share this particular thing I've been struggling with for a long time in my life, maybe since I was 10 or 15 or 25 years old. Bring it to these open discussions. If we are able to answer and help you unravel that, we are definitely going to. Then we've got another aspect. You notice that a few minutes ago, Linda came back into the studio. They're now sitting somewhere outside of the studio. I'm on the studio on my own. Tanya came into the studio. Now, let us say that you have something to talk about or that you want to specifically mention, and you are comfortable enough, you tell us, and we would then invite you to come and join us in the studio and visibly take part. However, I just have to say T's and C's apply, but it does include that we might have to, after a few minutes, because somebody else would like to come in, tell you to please go now because we can only accommodate so many people in the studio. So that's all part and parcel of this particular more about the journey covered in Life Can Be Different conception. So Linda, back to you. I went a little bit faster. Thank you for timekeeping. Now, anything else from you that you feel I should maybe cover? Linda, I'm not hearing you at all.
I was on mute. I just want to share an example of bringing someone into the studio. So I'm going to add Pierre quickly. As a guest, say hi, Pierre, to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well.
So Pierre, if Pierre would like to ask a question to Emmanuel and we can have a discussion on it, this is basically how it will look and how we'll invite you onto the stage to come and chat with us. Okay, thank you, Pierre. Okay, that's all from my side, Emmanuel. We are welcome to move on.
Okay. So now I'm going to the point, Linda, where I'm going to just take the book and the particular topics that I feel are significant to mention at a high level. So what's included in the book is you would be introduced in the book to what I refer to and what we refer to here as, and what I uncovered while I was on my journey, the second choice self. You would also in the book be introduced to the first choice self, also what I found, how my second choice self was born, also what is meant by factor X. You would hear factor X in our live streams, you would see factor X in the book. Life Can Be Different conception, and the idea is What is meant by it would be discussed. Oh, that is what is discussed in the book as well. Now, there are two things in the book that is profoundly significant. The one is the notion of factor X that gave birth to the second choice self. So that is a significant thing. And we have a membership, the level 2 membership, that is dedicated to that. But here in this level 1, we are going to be introducing you to that, as I mentioned. Now, what I found was that how there's a lot of talk about purpose. We have a purpose and we need to find our purpose, we need to live our purpose, but how do we do that? And in my own case, I found that my purpose, and it's completely described in the book Life Can Be Different Conception, is also how I found it in the undercurrent of my daydream. So I had a daydream at a young age, I had it as a young adult, I had it later on in my later years, and it all depicted farming. But it was not about farming. And we use the term undercurrent of the daydream to say, why did Emmanuel daydream about farming? And the book covers that aspect. Also, I spoke a little bit earlier about the human spirit. We are going to talk about the human spirit and its dynamics. It's covered in the book as well. There is a further point in the book where I uncovered and as I discovered all these things along my path about spirit guides. In other words, in the human spirit, remember I was comparing the human spirit in the context of in baseball, we're going to have the baseball spirit, in motor car racing, the motor car racing spirit. But if we look at the human spirit, inside of there are also things like spirit guides. And I have some interesting stories to tell about spirit guides. I also write about it in the book. If we look a little bit further, I also write step by step how it came that I'm manifesting here on the earth plane. So I talk of the spirit world, and I also talk of the earth plane, just to make the two distinctions of where you would be finding human spirit. And in the book, I also cover exactly why I'm here, me personally. And we could also pursue that for yourself. And also my relationship with my spirit guides, how I discovered them, how I met them, and what their relationship is with me. I'm going to just touch on a small one. So I found that in my conventional job, and also wanting to go on all these journeys to uncover what my life is about, what is the meaning of my life, I realized that I spend a lot of time, let's say 12, 14 hours a day, but I wanted to spend more time because I wanted to find the solution to this problem statement of what is the meaning of my life. So I met one of the spirit guides, And he and my relationship is to assist me. And let me give an example. And I apply this daily. He said to me, let's look at a raptor, an eagle that is flying in the sky. It's going to flap its wings, it's going to flap its wings and flap its wings, and then it's going to get very high up wherever it wants to fly to, and then it's going to just glide, let's say on the currents, the hot air currents, or however it glides. I'm not a raptor, I'm not an eagle, but as the eagle is then just gliding, it's also actually working because it might be looking for its next meal. So it's flapping its wings to fly somewhere, then it is gliding while it is working. So I coined the phrase working while I was relaxing. And instead of stopping myself, I used that metaphor to help me get more time out of my life, to be able to get more things done. So these are also things I cover in the book. And that was just one example. One of the very first things I jumped onto the bandwagon with the Spirit Guide. So here I talk of the relationship. Okay, so we went very quickly through this, Linde. Have you got any questions for me?
Emmanuel, I think just on a question on behalf of our members is maybe just to elaborate on, would they need to have read the complete book? Or can they come to the Q&A as they read the book with all their questions about the book?
Linde, very, very good question. Very, very good question. If you read one chapter, let's say, let me take my own way of reading things to be able to use my energy efficiently. I would, for instance, just look at the index and I see here something that's interesting. So that's one way. So I have the notion of a mile wide and half an inch deep. Everything I tackle, I first want to see the mile wide view, the mile wide, and I want to first see half an inch. Then I look in the index of the book and I see something that I'm interested, then I take that a mile deep. Now, that is how I managed to get through lots and lots of things. And in that way, I can also see, no, this thing has no value for me, and I put it down. I don't have to labor reading the whole book from A to Z. So if anybody else does something like that, come with your question on that mile deep that you are taking. Or the book is also divided into parts. Maybe there's a certain part that interests you much, much more than another part. Yes, please come to our Q&A live stream. Let's cover that. And of course, please remember that different members would come in at different times. So we would, in any case, take a particular focus point and focus on it. Does that answer your interesting question, Linde?
Absolutely. I think at this point, it's also good to maybe just mention that we will have a Q&A for the ebook and a healthy lifestyle tomorrow. So our viewers can have a look and join us once they've joined the membership, obviously. We will have a Q&A on that. The invite would look like something like that above Emmanuel's screen there. So we would love to see you all there. Right. Okay, that's all from my side for now, Emmanuel. so we can
Thank you,
move on.
Lene. Right, let's move on. I think my pace is a little bit better.
100%. Thank you so much.
Okay. So the topic that we're going to discuss now, and here is where Tanya is going to also come and give me a hand if I'm not covering any topic as she would want it covered. So let's have a look at that. Why live a healthy life as your first choice self? That FCS stands for first choice self. Why? Let's take an example. Let us say I have now gained a lot of weight, 10, 20 kilograms or pounds, and I don't really know how to get rid of that. I feel uncomfortable. Let me give you the example which I said at a certain point in my life. I could not walk more than 1 or 2 flights of stairs and I would be out of breath. And even now, where I'm probably double that age, I would probably be able to walk 8 or 9 or 10 flights of stairs and be okay. So now let's look at the losing of the weight. We could say, yes, we've got a medical condition, and that is why we are overweight. We could say, wait a minute, our lifestyle could be such that we are consuming anything just to get a move on, and we are maybe not eating in a healthy way. I have a particular notion, and that is, I'm just going to touch on it. Assuming that I'm obese, let's take that as an example. Emmanuel sees every person that is obese as the giant first choice self in that particular person. Let me give an example. You've all heard of Mother Teresa. I don't know if you've all heard of her, but let us assume that you have heard of Mother Teresa, or if you haven't, go and read up a little bit on her. That was what one person could do with their life. So she, not a young age, but at a fairly young age, she saw what she wanted to do with her life, and she then went and did it against all odds. If you take somebody even like Hitler, what did he achieve in his life? I also like to add to that, if Hitler understood what we were talking about here and the type of personality he had, look at what a difference he could have made if what he was selling, what he was professing, if what he was living was a first choice life. Look at how many lives he could have healed. Now, whenever I see someone that's overweight or say a person is obese, I always think, I wonder what that giant is as the first choice self that is hidden in that person. Now, here we are going to, of course, do 2 things. We are going to assist with unlocking that person by recognizing what they really want to be doing with their life. And then on the other hand, but now they are already, let's say, overweight. And even if it might be a medical condition or not, only by using what we are offering you, and everybody offers this, but we are bundling the 2 things together, we are going to assist with, and as we asked there, why live a healthy lifestyle? Now you've gotten yourself into a pickle by being cholesterol, like I found that I had cholesterol, I then went into my healthy lifestyle and solved my cholesterol. And just as an example. So why? Let's take the person that wants to lose weight. Why a healthy body? I would like to elaborate on this for a moment. If you then find your meaning and your purpose, you are going to want to have a healthy body so that you are able to function and without a body that holds you back in the sense of whatever the case might be, whether it is some dis-ease, I'm using it like dis-ease, that's a reason for a healthy body. We also like to apply self-care for ourselves, self-caring, self-loving. We want stamina and energy, assuming now that your life consists of, let's say, I'm just using this loosely as an example with Mother Teresa. She was running around all day long. You need energy and stamina for that. That's another reason for a healthy body. Now let me ask this question. I think it's a little bit harsh to ask this. Why wait for a dreaded disease? What is stopping you? Why wait? Let's take it a step further. What we say there is, what are the choices driving your healthy lifestyle? Say, just very simplistically, in my case, having a healthy body means I am able to function more easily than if my body was not healthy. And you might have other reasons for driving that you want to a healthy lifestyle. Tana, would you want to expand on that point maybe about choices driving healthy lifestyle? Linde, would you maybe want to, anybody? If not, I can move on. Oh, yes. Tanya, anything?
I just repeat the question. Sorry, Emmanuel.
Oh, look at the ticker there at the bottom. At the bottom, choices driving a healthy lifestyle.
There's many choices that would drive a healthy lifestyle. Firstly, how long do you still want to live would be probably the big one. Energy, definitely. Quality of life, clear mind, clear head, feeling better about yourself. There's many reasons that would drive to a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Tanya, that first one that you mentioned really resonates with me. At one point, they said to me, Emmanuel, we'd like you to live another 40 years. So I better keep my healthy lifestyle tip top.
Yeah, and also another one, as we age, to have quality of life. If you're not healthy, your quality of life won't be great.
Okay, thank you, Tanya. So there are a few more examples. I'm sure we could give more, but Linde, the timekeeper, said, come on, move along, move along, move along. Linde, have you got anything to add, or shall we just move along, move along?
All good at this stage, Emmanuel. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Then I'm moving on to the next one. There we see SCS, in other words, second choice self. So we spoke about this, the first choice and the second choice, self or life. Here we're talking of the second choice self and how we treat symptoms. I gave an example. There's something and my arm is, or my back or my neck or something isn't feeling as I would like it to feel. And then I go for some treatment, a massage or osteopathy, or whatever the case might be. But here we are also going to guide you into looking at addressing the root cause. So that's that particular point. And then we take it, let me just stop this one to have some space on the screen. Then we say the first choice self, FCS, needs nothing first to be itself. So we are going to also cover things like that in our health sector, section or component. We mentioned this before. You decide your pace for yourself. Nobody decides the pace. You, depending on your own life and preferences, you may go at your own pace. We don't expect you to follow any pace. It's all there for you to take up as and when you are ready for it. And then we go to the next point where we say, it takes work to transition to a healthy lifestyle. It takes work. And we say that even if it takes work, even if it takes time, that won't deter us from a first choice self stance. We would just get on with it and do it for all the things we mentioned about why we would want a healthy lifestyle. Right, Linde, so this is all about why a healthy lifestyle. If there are no questions, we can go to the last section, unless you or anybody else would like to raise a question or anything.
Emmanuel, I would just like to thank Nalu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but she gave us a like on Facebook. Thank you, Nalu. We just a shout out for her.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. You're welcome to move on.
Right, so let's go then to the last of our focus areas, our focus points. More about living a lifestyle. So with each one of these swim lanes that we spoke about, we just add a little bit more. So now more about this. We would be covering healthy eating. It's important to eat healthy. We are also going to be covering movement or exercise. And there we have Tanya, who is going to be part and parcel of that part of your life where you, in a sense, online, live, you have a coach who is going to take care of you and assist as and when and how, and also through our live stream Q&A. We also would be covering fasting. Now, when we fast, we of course don't just tell you to fast. We also recommend that when you start out and fasting is new to you, you do that under a medical practitioner's guidance. We leave that over to you, but we say, please be careful until you understand fasting. We also would like to encourage you to fast, but with medical practitioner guidance. We also talk about autophagy. I'd like to just talk about autophagy for a moment. So autophagy is the body's healing, self-healing, and the more we are able to induce autophagy, the healthier we are. So let me just give an example. I'm going to take two extremes. The one extreme is I'm sedentary, I'm at home, I sit as my job in front of the computer, I do absolutely nothing. When I'm bored, I eat. When I'm watching TV, I'm eating, I'm nibbling on this, I'm nibbling on that. And the body is now taking what it needs from what we are eating, and then it's storing it in the body. And if you take cholesterol, certain foodstuffs then are stuck in the arteries, left behind from what you are eating. And now your body is like a house where the pantry is chock-a-block full, and we even buy more and we put it into the pantry, and eventually it is standing in front of the pantry. Then we move it into other cupboards, and we are stacking all our cupboards, and there's just no more place. And of course, our body would reflect that. Now, as in my own case, I fast at least once a year for 5 days, just water fasting. And during that time, just to give you an example of how that induces autophagy and what happens while autophagy is at play. So first of all, the first few days, never mind how I feel, let's forget about that. But the first few days, whatever is in my tummy is processed. Slowly but surely, my body processes that, because all I'm having is water. It's a water fast. Or I have black coffee, and I have my black coffee, nothing else. And I might even go and take a walk, sometimes a brisk walk, sometimes just a slow stroll. But the long and the short of the story is, once the content of my tummy has been processed, what the body then does, it then goes to other areas in my body where there are easy pickings or low-hanging fruit, where it could then process that particular area of my body to get sustenance to give me while I'm fasting. And so it would go to all the low-hanging fruit in terms of easy pickings. Maybe I'm overweight, whatever the case might be. It's then taking the easy pickings. Then it's given me then it's taken the easy pickings and processed that. So first of all, it sustains me. But while it's doing that, it's also healing that particular area. Now, once the low-hanging fruit or the easy pickings is processed, it then starts going for the more difficult, not so easy pickings, not the low-hanging fruit, but it now sort of needs to get on a ladder to get to the higher fruit. Now, slowly, 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 in a 5-day fasting, water fasting, it now processes all the extra and easy pickings in my body, and it then sustains me like that. And because of how it is processing the easy pickings, imagine that it's eating all the extra stuff that it never processed before, because too many things came into the pantry. It is now getting a chance to do that. Now, I could also watch what I'm eating so that there's less, which means then when I do my water fast, it gets to the more difficult pickings sooner. Now, where the exercise comes in is when we exercise, we are now burning additional extra easy pickings in the body. We are consuming very little, We are maybe taking in some juice, maybe some water, maybe a snack that's conducive while I'm exercising, whatever the case might be. Tanya could tell us in another one when she trains for comrades how that works. But the long and the short of the story is we would like to induce autophagy more often than not. So let's give another example. Let's assume I eat my last meal at 1800 hours every day. And I'm just giving an example. And I don't eat again until, let's say, 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. Or let's say I stop eating my last meal at 5 o'clock, or whatever the case might be, and my next meal is at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 a.m. And during that period, let's say 10, 12, 14 hours, I don't eat anything. I don't nibble on anything, not even popcorn, nothing, not even health snacks, nothing. But I consume water, as an example, or coffee, or tea, whatever, without milk, without sugar, without lemon, without cream. Then during that period, each and every day, we are then intermittently fasting. And therefore, the pantry, the body's pantry, is kept clean and pristine. So that is autophagy. We are also going to share on autophagy so that you understand autophagy and also see how that plays into a healthy lifestyle. Let's take it a step further. To do all these things that we are talking about, in your quest to get to understand your life, while you're reading the ebook, if you take all of these things into account, you're going to see you are self-motivating. You're also going to see that the more consistent you are, the more it's going to benefit you. You are going to create another level of accountability, another level of responsibility in your life. I'm going fast now, Linda. You are going to unlock that giant within you. It need not be an obese giant, but you are going to be unlocking the giant within you, that first choice self, who wants to self-heal, as I describe now, but also as part of our peace evolution vision is as we are evolving in a peace individually, because of our behavior and because the human spirit naturally and automatically is healing, you would, through your purpose, be doing something where you are for sure also healing beyond your own life. Let's say, I need to give an example. Let's say that I was greedy before and I was even taking from the Amazon, I'm exaggerating now, even taking from the Amazon, causing the sea to be disturbed, causing a river to be disturbed. As my first choice self-life, as I'm living my purpose, I would stop that. We have another phrase here at Peace Evolution where our actions and behavior benefits everyone, even myself, and everything. So it's not at the cost of. So as part of this unlocking of the giant inside us, we would then be living our first choice life. We would live with meaning, and we would not disturb the balance in humanity or in everything, trees, mountains, rivers, etc. Okay, now here's another one. I know this is one of Tanya's favorites. So one of the things is we could procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate. Or we could say, look, beginning, forget about all these reasons of why I can't start. Let's begin, and let's not concern ourselves with needing to do it perfectly. Like, for instance, I said to Tanya, oh, but what about this? What about this? What about this? And she very quickly said to me, beginning is more important than getting it 100% right the first time or ever. Just begin. It's going to unfold. Okay, so I rushed through this one. Linda, is there anything I should add? Tanya, is there anything that you would want to add to how I rushed through this last one to see if we could keep our timing not running away from us?
Emmanuel, thank you so much for sharing. Tanya, if you can just unmute yourself. Right, perfect. So, sure, there is a lot of interesting topics regarding health, especially the one on autophagy. I think a lot of people would be more interested in hearing about that. I just quickly wanted to hear, so Tanya, would you say you're the expert in all of those topics or categories? Movement, eating healthy, autophagy, fasting, all of the above.
Yes, absolutely. I also fast. I have been doing it for probably about 2 years. I have experimented. I have read up a lot on it. So yes, I think I do know quite a fair amount on fasting as well as autophagy. I think it goes well and well in with the fitness and exercise, putting it all together, eating healthy, obviously, because we are fasting, depending on your window that you choose, you have to feed your body. Your body is food is fuel. So if you give it crap fuel, you're not going to feel great. It's going to create other issues. So you have to give it good fuel. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, fantastic. Is there anything else that you want to or like to add to what Emmanuel said?
No, I think you covered everything. Obviously, we're not going to elaborate too much today, but when we get to those topics, we'll have lots and lots to say and teach.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, Emmanuel has a question.
Okay, thank you, Tanya, for your insights there. I just would like to say a lot of what we spoke about here now about the health is covered in our website, peaceevolution.com. So peaceevolution1word.com, and there is a whole section about a healthy lifestyle if anybody is already keen to go and have a look there.
Let me just add it on the screen there for us at the bottom, then everyone can see. That's
Thank
the
you, Linda.
website. Perfect. Right. So, Emmanuel, I think in summary, shall we just quickly touch on again what's included in the membership for level 1, and then we can do a closing.
Okay, thank you, Linda. Yes. So, so I'd like to look at it like this. There are two parts. The one is where we are going to discuss and have a Q&A about the book Life Can Be Different Conception. So that's going to be our material, as well as side by side with that, we are going to discuss and have Q&A. Thank you, Linda. There is the book. We are going to have the healthy, living a healthy lifestyle. So that's going to be part and parcel of the theme. Now, how are we going to do that? You've got a downloadable ebook. You've got the live online sessions with Tanya. You've got the follow along videos with Tanya where she's going to give you exercises. And then, of course, all of the live streams are private. And as we've invited you and you listen to the live stream, we are going to make a video of the live stream, which we are also going to add in the membership. So that library of videos that Tanya is going to provide in terms of the follow along exercise videos, as well as our Q&As, those videos would all be part and parcel of it. And that is what our level 1 looks like, just quickly at a high level.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Emmanuel. That was a really thorough and, sharing on a higher level all the points with us. I think our Q&As regarding your book is going to be very interesting, and excited to see what kind of questions people are going to bring. But yes, so thank you for everybody for joining us. If you're watching the replay, then yes, we would love to hear from you. Comments. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let us know. Okay, anything else from your side, Emmanuel?
Today, I think we managed quite well. We ran a little bit longer than we usually take, which is around about 130 minutes. 1 hour, 30 minutes. But I think we covered an important topic in record time considering, and your summary is excellent. So on our replay, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, ring the notification bell. We are a new content creator, a new offering on YouTube, and the more you like and subscribe and comment, the more our message would be shared with other people. And if you found any value from what we are saying here, please help us in that small way. Muchly appreciated. That's it. That's all from me. Thank you, Linda.
Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you then. Bye-bye.